everybody! How are you doing? Welcome to GeekSpaceTV. It's the early time of 5 p.m. and you seem to have figured it out. We're very excited to have you here. Although we were also discussing that many of us, I was not one of them, didn't think this one all the way through, wore waterproof makeup for when we are sad because this is over. But it's fine. I'll just look like a mess when I go home. It's normal for me. So we are going to be doing the final episode tonight of Right Click. Has been our 4-part mini break series that is a continuation of the one-shot that I didn't realize would be so glittery, and has been wonderful and amazing. I believe this is Right Click, the Blood and Glitter Tour.
Yes.
If that gives you any clues about what it's going to be like here. So a few quick announcements before we get started. Next week is going to be the first episode of season 3 of Leviathan Distant Stars. And on Friday, and that'll be Wednesday night at 7 p.m. On Friday, we're going to have a little bit of an odd schedule. We are likely doing the plan is, unless something goes horribly wrong, and we can't print the materials we need to, we are going to be doing a one-shot of a game called BFF, or Best Friends Forever, which is currently on Kickstarter. And I recommend going to watch that Kickstarter video because it's made by a son and daughter. A mother and son. I was like, mother and daughter. No, a son and mother. Mother and son combo. And they're like super adorable. So we're going to be doing a one-shot of that as well as a wind down. We're figuring out the exact times based on scheduling and who can get where when. So we will update those on Twitter. But be prepared. 6 p.m. will probably be the start time of either the wind down or BFF. I think those are the main ones. In terms of scheduling announcements, Eat, Pray, Kill will be coming back the following weekend because some of us are going to someone's wedding. We'll all just look shiftily about the room. And I think that's the main announcements for you. Some reminders, we are a non-profit streaming studio, broadcasting studio in the Seattle area, GeekSpaceTV, and this show has been awesome because we have an opportunity to bring on board other Seattle people, or Seattle area people, because the area is very large and there's a lot of water in the way of things. And also people that don't live in Seattle who are super cool and play RPGs, and that we want to bring in as part of our little community here. But if you would like to support us, you're already doing one of the best ways, which is being here, watching the stream. Other ways you can help is tweeting, hosting, sharing it out amongst your friends and family, as well as, if you are able to do so, financial support is always appreciated. We have a Patreon, which has some pretty cool goals already and some cooler ones on the way, because I've heard conversations in the background, so I can guarantee that's true. Or we obviously, tips are incredibly helpful. It helps us fund the shows here and help us pay our rent and all of those good things. With that, let's go ahead and reintroduce our players and a little brief introduction of who they are playing. We'll just start with, on my screen below me, PB.
Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry, or PB, and you can find me at twitch.tv/pumpkinberry. I like to feature narrative heavy games, and I love D&D and I love roleplay. On Thursdays, I play Elite Dangerous, and I roleplay during that as well. And I am playing Tad the Bloody, the overly optimistic human barbarian.
That is my favorite descriptor. I love it.
Thank you.
Megan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Megan Connell. I'm actually a psychologist and therapeutic dungeon master. I also work with Geeks Like Us, where we have an awesome live stream game called Clinical Role. And then I'm also the host and producer of Psychology at the Table, where we could do tips for DMs about how to be accommodating at your table for people with different needs.
Awesome.
And I'm playing Lyra, the ASMR bard, who just loves to give lots of performances and is currently not looking so hot.
I totally thought you said ASMR bard.
ASMR. Oh my God, I want that. They just only whisper. This is all of their performances. And finally, Cheryl.
Hi, everybody. I am Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch and most of the things. You from Geek Space might know me from season 1 of Leviathan, where I played Hexy Kate. And I am a Twitch affiliate. I stream on Sunday mornings doing simulation games and chill streams, and my puppets, Sprinkles and Mo, join us on a regular basis. And I travel the world speaking about design, which is my day job. But today I am playing Nora Quid, who is a halfling monk of the Shadow Persuasion, who, you know, she's a hard-working adventurer, and sometimes you just have to make ends meet. She never met a quid she didn't like.
Exactly. All right. Thank you. Those are our wonderful players. Let us remind ourselves of what happened the last time on the right click. Sorry, not the right click. Our group of adventurers have been on a mission for a little while. Most of the time, they have been on the mission. Occasionally, they have partaken in other things tangentially related to the mission. They were hired to escort a woman from one town to another town to the location of Sarah Loon. She had pissed off the local duke and was basically looking to get to the safety of her sister and her sister's family. They escorted her through the countryside. She also had some very important documents, so at one point she asked Honora to go on ahead and deliver those documents, and that was not taken super well by the rest of the group, but they were choosing to delay their travels in order to get some dire wolf pelt hides tanned and turned into fetching outerwear. So, you know, maybe she had the wrong approach, but perhaps had the right intentions. Hard to say. Eventually, though, they got those pelts beautifully taken care of. They did also have a delightful performance, a battle of the bards, one might say, against them and the group Any Key, who were definitely using enchanted instruments to woo the crowd into their favor. Turns out those instruments weren't enchanted for long once Tad got her hands on them. They made their way out of the town and, wandering in the wilderness, were ambushed by a group of mercenaries and bent on capturing Alanis, or Elaine, the person who they were hired to transport. Rather than getting a hold of Elaine, they managed to get a hold of Lulu, their dragonborn wizard companion, and dragged her away off into some distant caves. They did manage to capture one of the mercenaries, and after some amount of cajoling and threats, and eventually discovering some shared love of music and performance, they convinced Simon Cooper to help them kill all of the other mercenaries, take all their money, and get Lulu back. Because that was probably the only way he was going to get paid now that the documents had been delivered and Elaine was safely back at her sister's. So Simon was like, all right, I guess it's my best option right now. They got Elaine back to her sister. They prepared themselves. They made their way into this caves where they ran across a group of goblins who were quite happy to get their goblin camp back from this group of mercenaries that had kicked them out of it. Weren't super happy about encountering this strange group of bards until this strange group of bards won them over with, I believe it was glitter-covered rocks?
Yes.
And panty hats.
And convinced this group of goblins, a small group of goblins, to come with them. There was also some displays of authority by one of the goblins when he was questioned. And at that point, they ventured further into the caves. They did notice there were some strange tunnels that had not previously been in these caves. None of them quite figured out what the cause of these tunnels were. They were oddly round and a lot smoother than you might expect from a natural formed cave through dissolving water on limestone. But, you know, that's cool. It's probably not a problem. There's only been some moderate tremors under the ground.
This is fine.
Everything's fine.
Fine. Everything.
So,
Other than the spiders.
well, we're getting to that. Accompanied by Simon Cooper, the former bassoon player who tragically was unable to play the bassoon after losing one of his fingers as a young man. And a group of goblins, 6 goblins, I believe, that came with them. No. You had 5 goblins that came with you. There was 6. One of them was killed by the leader. The remaining 5 chose to accompany you.
Yep.
feel like there's a song here, the Saga of the Goblins.
Yeah, the Saga of the Goblins.
Yeah.
Take one down, knock it around. 5 goblins coming with you. And eventually, you went further into these caves, and you came across a large chasm. It was a fundamentally jumpable chasm, but you noticed at the bottom of it there was something there, something that seemed to glisten slightly, almost fog-like, very sort of dense and maybe soft in your lamplight or your rock light. I think you cast light on a rock. And you went down into this chasm, which was like a solid 50 feet deep. One of the goblins got squashed, or by falling damage. Technically, it was the falling damage that killed him. Lyra then just landed mostly on top of him. And once down there, you were ambushed / attacked by giant spiders. And Tad yelled around for Lulu, and eventually heard back a very weak and warbled cry of Tad. And there was no other responses, except when they looked up, they realized they were surrounded. What they thought was maybe just something sparkly in the caves was in fact a large amount of spider web. So with that, we will resituate ourselves at the bottom of a chasm in a cave with a small amount of river, almost what used to maybe be a river or brook running through the bottom of this cave, a little bit of damp ground. And we have, I have our previous initiative orders. I believe, let me reestablish where everyone was. I believe Simon and Tad were kind of grouped together. They were fighting one of these large spiders. I think it was essentially at this point located halfway. It was sort of between the two of them. Tad had largely been smacking it with an axe, and Simon going at it with a sword. I believe Honora was dancing her way around, having just slid off the back of one of these spiders after attempting to ride it like a giant pony.
And I had just used an attack to spread glitter on all of the webbing around me.
Everything.
I rolled very high on that attack.
We are in a disco ballroom right now.
There
The
it
glowing
is.
rock.
There is a
Yeah.
glowing
So
rock.
we are actually in a disco room right now.
And the lights are just-
refracting light everywhere.
It's beautiful. It's actually poetic and beautiful, and if this was a different situation, you might want to just throw a concert down here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shoot
it's
a
our
video.
music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our music video.
Oh, it would be such a good music
Blood and
video.
glitter.
Such a good music video for the Blood and Glitter tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be our cover song, Blood and Glitter.
Yeah.
So there was
I agree.
there was one more giant spider that I believe Tad saw when she looked up into the webbing. That was in the vicinity of where Lulu's voice came from, and I think one of the other spiders was giving Lyra a hard time.
Yeah. It had. I think I was under it.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it had webbed you. No,
No,
I think
otherwise
only
we
Tad
just
had been
under
webbed.
it and gotten squished.
And that will put us at the top of the initiative order with Tad's turn, having just heard the cry of Tad from somewhere deep in the webbing.
Wonderful. I would like to rage.
Yes.
Had you not already been raging?
I don't think I had yet, no.
I know she hadn't. Yeah.
All right, yeah, you should
All right.
probably do that.
So I would like to rage now and just
What does it look like?
Woo! And then I guess I'll continue to attack the spider that's in front of me.
Okay.
Or I guess, am I behind this guy or am I in front? I can't remember.
I think you
if
were in
Simon-
front and Simon was behind because you got webbed.
Okay. Yeah,
And
that's
you
right.
broke out of
That's
that.
right. That's right. Okay. So I would like to go ahead and attack this sucker. Let me take a look here. Oh, okay. Okay. I can do this.
You can do this.
Two giant spiders have disadvantage to sparkly webs.
Oh, whoops! I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry.
Unfortunately, giant
I
spiders
don't
have
know if
blind
they do.
sight, meaning they don't really see,
I'm just
and then they
looking at
have
that, I
dark
don't wanna-
vision.
It doesn't interfere with their ability to like climb on the web or anything.
We'll see. Probably not. But it will
All
make it
right.
much easier for you guys to see.
I think I'd like to do that.
A reckless attack? Okay.
Yes, I think I'd like to do that. That's really scary to me, but I think
It
Oh
gives you
my.
advantage on your attack rolling strength, but attack rolls against you would have advantage. So you will take the 21. That will definitely hit this spider. And because you're raging, you also add a +2 to your damage. So if you
Yay.
hit that javelin, and then I think you will then add, yeah, because you're raging, you're going to add 2 to that. So you deal a total of 8 damage to this spider, which is
Yes.
pretty good. The spider's it's not looking great.
Hey.
It's not looking super great. Like it like one of its legs like starts like hangs off as you sort of slice into its abdomen, and it's like dragging one of its 8 legs behind it. It'll be delicious later when you need a snack.
Yes.
Yes.
I will.
Burning a lot of calories.
That's true.
Can you throw the text for rage in the chat real fast, and then I
Yes,
can
I absolutely can.
double check, because there's like a bunch of things. So one of the other pieces to remember is you will have resistance.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you get hit, it is half damage if it is bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage.
Yes. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Just to stand. Lyra.
Oh, okay. So there's a spider on top of me. And how is everybody else within like 30 feet of me?
Yeah, I think so. You're all pretty close together right now.
All right. So let's to the one that's on top of me. Go ahead and dissonant whispers it. Let's do wisdom save.
It's not good at this. It does not succeed against a
So it
DC
takes
14.
9 points of psychic damage, and it has to run away from me.
I don't really. The spider just like backs up because you're on top of it for a moment. Does it use its reaction, right?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
its reaction to move away from me.
It's like on top of you, so it doesn't know what to do at first. So it like spins around you a couple of times and then like goes up and then just climbs backwards on the web,
And
just far
I'll
away.
use my reaction to stab at it.
Okay.
Oh, I think a 10 misses.
Yes, a 10 will miss.
Well, I'm not. And then I'll go ahead and use my bonus action to use another bardic inspiration to radiant soul. The people I can see, so I can do 4 people. So can I see where Lulu is?
Yeah.
Is she within 30 feet of us?
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll get hit points. I think I can do 4 people. That's Radiant Soul. I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing. I'm Man of Inspiration. There we go. So number of creatures I can see.
Oh, wow.
Equal to my charisma modifier, so I can do 4. So actually, I can do all 4 of us.
Okay.
So
What
we
about
all,
Simon, though? Like, I have...
I'm full, so
I'm
it's
full. Okay.
Okay, so Simon will gain 5.
Oh.
Yeah, these are temporary.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys should all have 5 temporary already from last game.
I do.
So they stack.
Oh,
So-
nice. Cool.
Okay.
And I'm giving 5 to myself as well. And that'll be my turn.
All right. The goblins. The goblins were fighting one of the other spiders. Let's see how they do. Ooh, one of the goblins gets like a solid swing in. And the other one does a reasonable one. They both will hit. These little tiny goblins. Gonna deal some damage.
Yes, go,
They're gonna hit
go!
some damage as one of them hits with its, one of them like pokes at it with a javelin, and then the other one's like, I know what I'm doing, as it slices it with a scimitar. And, you know, they're they're goblins, so they do all right. But there's like 4 of them dogpiling this one spider. One of them is sitting on there with his underwear and like tries to get like pops it off and is trying to like put a pair of underwear on the spider's head and like steer it like it is riding a rodeo bull.
Yes.
Enora.
So I've done the glitter thing, and I scooched out to strategically put my back against a wall. What do I see now? Which spider is closest to me?
Probably the one that you ended up kind of getting dumped off of, but I would say because of what happened when you fell off of it, you would have its back to you, so it can't really see you right now.
Great. I like that. Let's go ahead and tackle that again.
Yes.
So I will give you. Unfortunately, they do have blind sight, so it'll like know that you're coming. But I'll go ahead and roll with advantage.
Okay.
As you, especially if you like, how are you approaching this spider?
I would probably, depending on the amount of time I have, I would probably use a little bit of care. I'm very dexterous, and how low is its butt to the ground?
I think it reared up was how it dumped you off. So I would say like its butt's pretty low.
Great. So I don't need to jump or anything. That's, I'm just sneaking up and stabbing the spider butt.
Stabbing a spider butt. Let's see. There's 25
Whoa.
will hit beautifully. Yes.
Excellent.
And you can automatically do your bonus unarmed attack as well.
Awesome. And that's normal, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That will
So-
also hit. So both of your attacks hit as you stab it in the spider butt. And then punch it in the spider butt. For a total of 13 damage.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I think that was the one Lyra was also fighting. Weren't you two fighting the same one?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
fighting
Yes.
the same one, and then
Yep.
Simon and I
Yeah.
are
And
fighting
that
the
one also got 4 points of radiant damage from my dissonant whispers.
Oh,
which I'm
okay, cool,
getting
cool.
Right now.
I'm doing quick math. That is definitely enough. As Inara slices the behind the booty of this giant spider open, and then for good measure, like punches
it in the soft bits.
yeah,
because-
it like do you cut it open and just like pull out the web sack? Like,
Yeah, I'm pissed at that. Yeah, just.
We can make spider silk.
yeah, you have a web sack now.
Yes.
Is it glittery?
It
can be.
It can be. It's sparkly. It's
It should
got a
be
shimmer
sparkly.
to it. Yeah.
I feel like we could do something with this for sure.
Okay, that is one of the giant spiders down.
Like
Um,
maybe our wolf pelts can have crowns.
Web crowns with the glitter. It's automatically adhesive. Yes.
Thank you.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
vault it out of the web.
Yes,
So
yes.
much.
I'm feeling it.
So much.
I'm feeling it.
My favorite part is like chat asked the question of what Tad would make out of spider clothing, and then you said that.
Oh, they know me so well.
It was well timed. Well timed.
Oh god.
As you look up and you sort of like glory be to having destroyed the spider, you look in the distance, and coming almost upside down from one of the webs is something that doesn't quite look as spider-like, but is definitely moving with this sort of strange and uncomfortable, like the sort of feeling of how spider-likes move, but it doesn't have as many limbs. And it sort of is like muttering words that don't really make sense. And it's like, get out of our nest! Get out of our nest!
Yeah, okay. Yes. Yes.
Anyone
yes,
who
yes.
wants to can roll a nature check.
Never hurts, right? I mean, it usually doesn't hurt.
It's a relatively low DC.
Oh,
And with
Tad,
that
your
very low DC, Tad,
brain power.
oh no, you got a 9, not the 10. Dang it. You're not. It's a monster. There is a monster coming
Yep.
towards you.
That's Dad for you.
Yep.
Not sparkly, not interested.
Yep.
Nope.
Can I kill it? Okay.
Why are you all so bad at nature checks? Like, this is the one thing you're all terrible at.
We're a city band. We're not a country band.
You are city folk.
We're sitting, yeah.
But as
Nature
far as you
for me.
can tell, it only has 4 limbs, so it may not be a giant spider, but it looks very, very strange.
It's half of a giant spider, guys.
It's half a giant
Whatever's
spider.
making those tunnels, I bet.
Sure, yeah. And it will move closer and into the light, where you get a much better look at it. And who's probably closest to it? Let's go with Simon, as it's going to attempt to hurl some webbing at Simon. Let me...
No!
That thing's good at finding its light.
It's coming into the light, and let me describe
Like it's hitting
it better
its marks
for you.
very well. Good stage instincts.
I think it's in this book, but maybe it's not. Oh, there it is. 131.
Have you considered a career in the performing arts?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna convince this one, guys.
I don't know about this one.
As
Goblins, what is that?
and the goblins like turn away from this spider as one of them's riding it, and they're like, "Ettercap!"
Oh!
And it comes into the light, and it's this strange. It's got the sort of spider-like mandibles, but much more humanoid arms with sort of large talon-like fingers at the end of it. Its skin is much more fleshy, but it does seem to have somewhat of an exoskeleton, especially like on its head and its back, and its claws dig in as it just like launches some webbing at Simon, and it's going to try and hit Simon, and I think
So-
it does.
If I have danger sense, can I like use that to try to protect him?
Yeah.
Even if it means I get okay.
Yeah.
I would like to. Sorry to interrupt you, but I
no,
would like
no,
to try
no.
to stop that
I
from
will.
happening since we're right next to each other.
I will totally allow that. Go ahead
Okay.
and give me a, this would probably be a dexterity save to jump in the way of something.
Okay. All right. Oh my God, Tad, why? Tad.
Had.
Oh, Tad, no. Tad, no,
Tad.
rolled a 4.
Tad.
No, oh, no.
Oh no.
Tad tried.
Oh, Tad.
Tad tried.
Yeah.
Um,
So well.
Tad just like screams like, no, as the web like
And then stands there.
just swings past and stands there. Like a small amount of webbing ends up on Tad's face as Simon is like engulfed in this very sticky, very stringy substance that the Ettercap spat out. I guess they don't really use their butts. They more hawk it out like they're
Hawk
web
a loogie.
slingers.
The more you know,
Spider.
folks, the more you know.
They hawk a webby loogie. And that will bring it to Simon's turn. Conveniently, he is going to attempt to break free with a strength,
You can do it, Simon.
and he does. He can. As Tad whispers this to us, she's like, "Ah, yes, I can!"
Yeah.
And the spiders will attack. The one that ran away, how long does the running away last?
I thought that one died.
Was that? Oh! Yes, that would have been the one that was on top of you. Okay, yeah. Tad,
Until
the
it
one that is
dies.
in front of you, is just going to, the one that you just chopped off one of its legs, is going to attempt to bite you. And it's going to miss horribly. The one fighting the goblins
That's right.
does
it is.
manage to get a solid swipe at one of the goblins, and just like grabs it in its mouth and is like trying to eat it whole. And none of you know what happens to what the other one's doing. But you don't hear Lulu anymore.
No.
Tad, it's your
What?
turn.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'm gonna attack the spider that's in front of me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm ready.
Bring it. Yes! With your
Hi.
critical success, You
That's
javelin this spider in the face.
In the eyes. Can I just like shove it in the
just, like,
eyes
1,
and then
2,
like
3, 4,
bring
5,
it
6,
down
7,
and
8?
just like and get its eye blood all over me?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay. And then I would like to also shout, "Get Lulu!" Please.
I got it.
Someone rescue Lulu.
All right, roll your damage.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. That's very important.
7 + 2. Awesome. So with your total of 9 damage,
Plus her rage damage.
I think
plus another, plus 11. Excellent. Yes, that'll do it. As you just lay into its head, scraping like through each of the eyes. I almost imagine like whack-a-mole, like you're like 1 eye, 2, 3, 4. You're just like
I'm just like
them
poking
out.
the eyes. I'm like, shh, 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 shh.
There is guts, like goop, like gray matter and red matter spraying onto your face as this spider falls dead. Lyra.
Tad, you look great.
It was awesome.
Thanks, guys. It's like a rave of a different kind. It's like sprays everywhere.
Lyra.
All right, I can see the spider that is up by Lulu.
Mm-hmm. And it
Just
seems to
whispers
be
it.
moving something closer.
Nope.
Nope, dissonant whispers.
Okay. DC 14. It succeeds. It takes
half damage.
right?
So 5, and it does not have to move.
And it's like, its eyes, if it could blink, it would just blink them all like, and just keeps going.
For movement, Lyra's gonna fly up to that spider.
Okay, give me a strength save as you are flying through the webbing.
Okay. This is gonna be terrible. 6.
You get part of the way up and you just feel this like sticky substance starts weighing down on you and your wings, and you start kind of almost getting tangled up in it.
The glitter didn't help.
Probably not, no.
Damn it.
It's not so much that it's sticky as it is like trying to fly through a net that has been made. Almost as if it's there to catch its dinner. All of its dinners. The goblins, they are going to continue trying to destroy this spider. Couple of them do hit. They deal another round of damage at this point. It's basically a rodeo. I think that, actually 3 of them hit? Yeah, that would be enough. They will eventually tame this spider into deadness as one of them like pops off its head and starts wearing that as a hat, and another one's like waving one of its legs.
I love these guys.
It doesn't look like one of the goblins made it though.
Oh.
Is that the one that went splat?
That was the one that got chomped on a little bit, and there seems to be a partial goblin body.
Oh.
So, how many of these goblins are left?
You have 3 left.
Oh, 3. I thought there were only 2 left. Okay.
Yeah. 5 of them went down into the caves with you. 1 got squished and 1 got eaten.
That's not bad.
No.
They're your resource. Anora.
I want to go after the spider that's got Lulu
Okay.
in the most expedient way I can.
That would probably be running along the webbing.
Great.
I would
Sounds
say
like a good time.
I will
should
give
use
you.
You should use the webbing that you ripped out as like a rope or
that's-
So
You can use me as a climbing point.
Yeah, you can kind of jump up Lyra, who's a little bit tangled up. If you try and go through the webbing, like using it as an actual surface to climb on, I will have that just be a dexterity check to not get caught up in the webbing.
Okay.
And that'll be your acrobatics, because you are basically using it as if it is a climbing structure, as opposed to
Parkour.
just trying to go straight through it.
This is why you do ab day.
So go ahead and give me your acrobatics to like clamber up Lyra and then just dart your way. Yes. Actually, that's a dex save. I think your acrobatics is even higher than that.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. I will take your original roll, which was 14 plus 6. Yeah. Oh, I guess they're the same. Huh. Never mind. Whatever. You successfully climb up Lyra and, like, you realize, like, the slight stickiness of the web, as long as you're paying attention to not get it tangled around you enough, it's a good performance structure. Like, you can do a sweet high wire act.
We need webbing.
Set.
Yes.
This stuff is cool.
And
Wonder
smoke.
if there are any
And
spiders
blood.
on the market. You could hire one. Great. So
Well, we've got like 2 dead ones right here.
There's
dead
more,
ones.
there are more
Dead
web
ones.
sacks.
We can just harvest that from here.
Definitely harvesting those silk sacks.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling very pleased with myself for having made this glittery and easier to see. This is all part of the plan.
Yes.
Can I stab it?
Yes.
You will get all the way there. I will
Sorry,
let you.
I thought she was asking
I will,
us.
yeah, I'll let you do a stab attack as you gracefully make your way across this webbing, and now are facing off with this spider.
Yes.
And you do a vault over Lulu's bound up, trundled body and just land a scimitar into its back. And then
Just be cheering from down below, covered in blood and guts. Yeah.
with another nat 20, and then you can punch it too.
So
Punch it in the sack.
do I need to roll damage first? I forgot to do that.
Yeah, you can do it in either order.
That and stab and
And you land a solid punch on it.
Wow.
And that one's already taken.
That's
Oh my god!
eat Lulu.
And you just reach in and you're like, I don't know what guts these are, but they're in my hand now.
Ah!
Oh boy, okay, 10, so a total of 20 damage this turn, which with the 5 radiant damage, I'll give you that extra 1 hit point that giant spider have for free, and let you take it down. How do you murder this spider?
Tell us?
Honora,
8
what
legs wasn't enough.
does this look like as you decimate this spider?
So yeah, she's left up. She stabs and drags. She punches him in the soft parts and pulls off 2 legs.
Just the blade still in, and then rip off the legs.
Yeah.
Are you doing like a
Yeah, I'm
percussive?
drumming.
Yeah.
Inspired by Tad. I'm like,
I imagine the goblins are sitting there cheering.
Oh, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And they just have a very rhythmic, like, deep, like, Spider, Honora, Honora, Honora.
New song, Honora the Spider Queen.
make a little tiara with one of those legs.
Yeah, with like 8 eyes on it or something, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a. I also enjoyed the Tad the Bloody Fabulous earlier. It was
you.
pretty good.
Thank you.
As you murder this spider, the Ettercap is displeased by this, is going to ignore Simon and sees the person that just murdered one of its pet spiders, / friendos, and is gonna go for Tad.
Oh, yeah, you are. Come at
With
me.
an attack. And what's your AC? It might actually hit.
Do I have like something against piercing right now though? Half
You
damage?
take resistance, so you get hit, but
Right.
the damage gets
Okay.
reduced.
Okay.
What's your AC?
In parentheses, it says, oh, that's not my shield. That's my shield, right?
Yeah.
14.
14. Okay, it just hits you.
Damn
So
you.
it is, however, a claw attack as it closes the distance. It makes actually 2 attacks. So 1 bite. And this one is piercing damage, so you will take 6 piercing damage, which you
Okay.
resist to half.
Okay.
and 7 slashing damage, which you will also resist a half. And then
Thank
you need to
God.
give me a Constitution save.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm doing that first. Okay. Oh,
And you succeed.
thank God.
DC 11. It's pretty easy. As it claws at you and it like slashes in and you're like, whatever, I don't care. And it bites you and like you feel the sort of the cold for a moment and then it just sort of dissipates. And there's like a little bit of stiffness from where the bite happened, but that's about it.
Yeah, you can't poison me, paralyze me.
Simon, seeing you in trouble, is going to go after the Ettercap. Ooh. Good thing it has a very low AC, and he hits it as he slices into it for a good chunk of damage. He's like, "Get off my friend!"
Yeah!
I don't actually remember what his voice was. I think it was pretty normal. And the spiders are all gone. Tad.
I'm gonna stab this thing right in the stomach. Or no, never mind. I want to do a targeted attack and I want to try to like hit him right under his chin and like spear him up.
Okay, are you trying to do a reckless attack to get advantage on it? Okay.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Recklessly attack. The 17 hits.
Yeah.
And you go. Try and get it in the head. Roll your damage.
Okay. Oops, sorry, I keep bumping my mic. I'll move it. Here we go. And then I add to it, right?
Yeah, you're gonna add 2, so it'll be a total of 9.
Okay, awesome.
And it got.
Can I, when I do that, I realize that it's probably not dead yet, but I'd like to, since I pierced it through the bottom of its jaw, I'd like to be like, hello, I'm a spider freak. Like right there. Like that. Like just like a puppet master. That's what I want to do.
And it does not like that. It does not like that. It lets out this piercing like and you hear it sort of echo in the cave, and then there's a beat.
Oh
and
no!
You hear a response.
Puppetry's a great idea for the show.
Lyra.
Yes. All right. So the Ettercap's still up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something else coming.
Probably a lot of some things. I'm sorry, that was my mistake.
They were gonna come anyway, probably.
Do we want to cut and run, or do we want to?
Do we have Lulu? Yeah, if we've got Lulu, let's just
gotta
take
get her
this.
down, but somebody catch
Yeah,
her.
we're gonna get her down and up, so we probably have a few more rounds. I'll save my last 2 spell slots. I'll go ahead and just mock this guy. Mostly just by laughing hysterically at the puppeteering performance. We gotta
That's reasonable.
Oh my god, we gotta do that in the show.
Your show's
Roll
gonna
2
be
psychic damage.
2 psychic damage. That's okay, as you vicious mockery him. Smart Ettercap, man. It's having a rough day. The goblins, seeing their other friend, like they turn away from Honora and they turn around at the sound of this noise and they're like, we don't like that noise. They are going to come to your aid. Tad, they are both going to, 2 of them are going to miss. The other 2 are going to hit. I rolled a 2 and a 4 and a 18 and a 13. So,
All right.
they are
Right
all
on.
going to, will hit for another 10 points as they just come closer and they just sort of start mobbing it and like smacking at
God.
it.
Yes!
Honora.
Okay, so I think this turn is about logistics after that triumphant bit of whatever. I'm gonna somehow attach those legs to me. So Lulu's bundled up.
Yep.
In the web.
Yep.
I want to cut. First of all, I just want to cut a little bit so I can make sure she's breathing correctly.
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm gonna cut the whole thing because it might actually help us to get purchase on her.
It is actually pretty grippy. Like you can pick it up. It's like a little bit sticky. So
She's probably too heavy for me though. I would suspect.
It's really easy to much easier to hold on to.
You're really strong though.
She's a dragonborn, which means she is
that's right.
significantly taller than a halfling.
Halfling.
Technically, my strength is 8.
Yeah, yeah. She's probably too heavy for you to carry without being slowed significantly. Like, I would say you could sling her over your shoulder and like slowly fireman carry her, but it's probably not going to be you will not also be able to climb your way out if that's the case.
Right. But we have someone who can fly
You
on
do?
occasion. Yes. Do you need help getting out of the webbing?
Possibly. I
Okay.
haven't tried yet because I'm doing other things.
So
You're just sort of actually using it to like keep you there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just kind of suspended.
Like, yeah, that's good.
Like it's a good view for the rest of the battle.
Yeah.
So if there's any way, I think the way I want my turn to go is this like sort of free action just to cut enough that
Oh, for
Lulu's
sure.
not suffocating. And I want to head over to Lyra and go assist her in getting out, because she's gonna need to help Lulu up. I can't do that.
Okay.
Lulu, Lyra's coming, and
Um,
I make my way over.
Lyra, you will have advantage on your next strength save.
Cool.
All right. That brings us to. That was Nora's turn. The Ettercap it's mad at you. It's mad at you, and it is for some reason going to try and like. I'm gonna say it can't bite you because you're holding its head with your javelin, but it is going to try and
That
dig
was
its
the plan.
claws in unsuccessfully. So it's like.
That was
I'm
a cool
enjoying
laugh.
this way too much. Yeah.
Simon is going to stab it successfusly. And I think that will probably be enough to finish it off.
Yes.
Let me double check. He uses a double-handed sword. Yes. Yeah, that'll be enough. As he swipes in with the assistance of everyone else, the last little bit to tear this Ettercap apart.
Now, how heavy is this thing? Can I still carry its limp, skewered body, like on my javelin back up the cave?
You will be dragging it. You will have to physically carry it. It is a medium creature size, so it's about the size of a human.
I'm gonna try to do it, guys, just for the puppet
That's fine.
segment of her final performance. I feel like it would be pretty impressive. So I'm gonna try to carry this as long as I can.
I tried to mimic its voice thing and just say, "Everything's fine. Go back to sleep."
Yeah, you totally can. You totally can. We will drop out of combat for this moment. You get the sense that there are things coming, but you probably have like a minute before they're gonna show up. So you have some time to get some things done before anything else is coming. So go ahead and roll the 12 will do it.
Yay! I got free.
Yeah, it's the 12. You get the last way out. You're like, wait a minute, and you sort of like do one final swoosh as Inara's pulling away the webbing, and you pull yourself free from this web. Give me your performance.
21.
You let out a pretty convincing Ettercap voice. You're like, everything's fine. The nest is clear.
That's amazing.
And yeah, for a moment, all of you are like, wait a minute, where's the other one? Or Tad, why are you still puppeting it?
Then grab Lulu and try to fly her up.
Okay. What's your strength score?
11.
I would say for the last little bit of height, I'm not going to make you roll for it. It's not graceful, but you managed to bundle Lulu, who is trundled up inside webbing, and like awkwardly lug her and fly the last little bit out of off
Yeah, I
of the
kind of
cliff.
imagine like almost like a basket, kind of using some of the webbing to kind of.
As you are raising up, you kind of look and you have this weird moment because you're not actually touching a physical surface. You are in the air. Everyone else, you feel the ground lurch a little bit for a second. Not massively, but just enough that there is a rumble, and you would see Lyra as you are above the cave, the entrance that you were coming from. A bunch of rocks begin to fall and close off the direction that you came from.
No.
Oh shoot! Guys,
No,
What
no,
was
no.
that?
I got Lulu, but our way out's been blocked. Up here, at least.
You're kidding.
Nope. I'm gonna start cutting Lulu out.
Ugh.
You land on the other side of the chasm that you were crossing to follow, where there is enough of a space.
Is there any unharvested silk sacks?
Oh,
taking
yeah.
them all.
There were 4 spiders, and you only took 1 silk stack. You now have 3 silk stacks. Silk stacks.
Yes.
And an endercap.
If I can carry him up. I don't
Waste
know.
not, want not.
We'll see.
I'm gonna cut Lulu out so we can throw a rope down and try to help get everybody up.
Is she able to move around though? Like maybe we should leave her wrapped up so that we can carry her better.
Yeah, is she
Sounds
conscious?
terrible, but
She seems to be lucid. She is definitely seems to be coming in and out. There's a sense that whatever was in her system has had a pretty pervasive, like she got seriously rehypnoled.
I'm gonna put a hand on her face and give her 4 points of healing from Healing Hands.
Well, she seems to be physically mostly okay, but she's not really able to stay super conscious. And there's a lot
She's
of like,
stable, but I'm gonna keep her in here.
Pretty
Yep.
face, pretty eyes,
just so that we
pretty
can
face.
carry her better, probably.
And then she keeps making animal noises, like she just keeps casting speak with animals, like.
Oh my god.
Oh,
She's really cute, but she shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And then every time she spits up, it's just acid. It's like
Oh,
melts
I don't want
some
that on
of
my
the
horse.
webbing.
Another reason to keep the webbing there.
Yeah.
Section. So we're getting the goblin. I will help the goblins up. Those I can probably sort of.
Yeah,
back
you
up.
you guide them. A couple of them like.
Good
And
job.
the
You
goblin-
guys were great out there.
Yes.
This is
Fantastic.
We are victorious.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, that's where we came from. What are we gonna do now?
I think we have to go this way.
That's where the weird noises are coming from.
It's okay. We got this guy.
Tad, to climb your way out, can you please roll me, give me a strength save. 14, oh.
Do I get anything for that?
You're
Strength
trying
save?
to climb, you would definitely be able to climb your way out with a 14, but you are also trying to drag a body on a javelin behind you. Are you attempting to, I guess this would be an acrobat. I think your strength save and your acrobatics is the same. You're trying to, how
Doesn't
are
she
you
get
trying to
advantage
carry?
for raging still?
I think that I do.
True. Yeah, it's advantage on strength checks, so we can take the 16. Yeah, your athletics is it also +6? It probably is.
Oh, athletics. Sorry, I did
Yeah.
the wrong one. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'll still keep that 16 from that first roll.
Thank
So
you.
you have advantage. I will say, how are you attempting to carry this Ettercap body? Like, how
Oh,
are you
dear.
going to get out?
Okay, so honestly, and this is probably going to end up being my downfall, quite literally. I probably, because my armor is oversized, I probably would have like stuck the javelin into my armor on the inside and then climbed my way up with my hands and then just let him and his face, his skewered face, like ride on my back and right here. So
Okay.
I'd just be like, yeah.
I just actually wanted to know how free your hands were for doing this. So,
Oh yeah,
like,
no, yeah, both hands. He's like putting the javelin in here, but he's definitely weighing me down. So if I fail, I'm going with him. But yeah,
like you just get the whole time, like you're just sort of feel like you're leaning back a lot. There is just slime on your shoulder, and
Yes, I love
I would
it.
say actually probably what happens is. By the time you get up, the head has been dislocated from the neck and is starting to tear apart slightly, but thankfully Ettercaps are like really beefy. They don't really have shoulders. They're just sort of like this big head-neck combo. So the whole thing looks really awkwardly just jointed
Like
and
creepy,
is
like the
oh, yeah.
long. Oh yeah.
because the weight of this body with one point not keeping it in place.
All right.
So yeah.
All right.
that's-
All right.
And it was desperately uncomfortable for you.
Yep. I hated it, but it's worth it. Hashtag worth.
And with that, you all find yourself at the top of the other side of the chasm that you merely had to cross. And the direction that you came from, there are small enough gaps that if a persistent halfling or a goblin wanted to attempt to escape, they probably could get through it. But for the most part, your choice is either to stay here and clear the rocks or to pursue down the tunnel, and you know the mercenaries went down.
Let's do it.
Let's go down the tunnel.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, Simon kind of looks at you and he's like, I know you got your friend, but you did say we would kill all of them and take all their money, so...
Yeah.
Very true.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Promises
gonna
are
go down the
promises.
Yeah.
All right.
And Simon needs a bassoon. Oh wait, no, we got him one.
We got him
Simon
a
needs a jump start to his career.
Yeah.
Let's go. We
you
got
did
this.
get Simon a bassoon.
Should
Yeah.
we keep casting light on the glitter rocks and chucking them down for disco lights?
Like, in the cavern or in the chasm? Like, where are you
like
throwing
going
them?
ahead?
Okay, you, like, roll bowling ball them on the ground.
Do you guys want me to do that?
Well,
Yeah,
do we
go
want
for
to
it.
like do we want any element of surprise? Because
I have an idea.
forward and- oh,
Can we have? Do you think we can convince one of the goblins to take Joblin guy like into the hallway and just kind of like puppeteer him like down the hallway and
The
see
issue
like?
is goblins are about half of its size.
Okay.
So
all
they
right.
can't
all
really,
right,
like, they're
all right.
gonna have to try
We
and
probably
hold.
would have to
But
stick a
that's-
few more javelins.
how many
into it.
goblins do we have? That math does work out.
You've
Yeah,
got
like
three
if they're
goblins.
like each carrying the body and then they just kind of like hide under it, you know, like
I'm kind of
Maybe
in
the
a
goblin ladder?
Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade type.
let
Are
it
they gonna
like let its like
dragon dance
limbs
this
flop
goblin?
around. Yeah.
How do you convince them to do this?
I have an idea. So we need really strong and really brave warriors to do this. We need the best of the best.
Do what?
We're gonna fool the stupid humans. And we're gonna carry this, you're gonna carry this thing right here that I've carried all the way up this way. You're gonna carry it and hide underneath it and see what you can see.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yes!
Why? Doesn't that just mean we're gonna get attacked first?
No, of course
I
not.
will
Because
sneak up with you, and that distraction will let me get the element of surprise on them. If
Yes.
we see anyone.
exactly. Also, they are afraid of this creature.
Hmm.
They're silly humans.
They are silly humans. I don't like humans. They're rude.
Humans are so stupid.
They're the worst.
Mhm.
Yes.
Except for me. I'm okay, but most
Simon's
humans are really
okay.
terrible. Simon's also okay.
I don't know. The jury's still out on YouTube. You two are fine.
He's gesturing at the two non-humans. The boss one with the slightly more elaborate armor is like,
Okay.
If they see you, just duck down and lay limp, and we'll come and get you.
Play dead. Right.
Yes.
That's an effective strategy.
It
Okay.
is.
Done.
So
they,
I will, as promised, sneak up parallel to them.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening right now.
okay. So you all get it. Who's carrying Lulu?
I think it's Zyra.
Yeah, I think it's either got me or Tat. Probably me, because like I can still do stuff while my hands are occupied.
Also, are you going to at some point choose to take a short rest?
Yeah, we should probably do that right now
not
while
a
the
terrible
goblins are leaning forward.
You would
Yeah.
suspect if you stay exactly where you are, whatever the previous Ettercap called to may eventually come and check out this area. You bought yourself some more time. They might just sort of mosey over. But if you head like slightly down the cave, Anara can head and check it out and determine that there is like a reasonable sort of waiting spot, a place where like the cave widens slightly.
All right.
The tunnel
I
that
think
you're
that's a good
walking
plan.
down. And that's a spot where you could take a short rest.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So you reconvene as a group. You renew yourself in whatever way. So with this short rest, if any of you would like to recover hit points, you can do so.
Yes, please.
Anything else that you normally gain from a short rest, you can also do so.
I don't get key points back from a short rest, right? I need a
Actually,
long
think you do.
Yes, you do. You
Yeah,
get your
key points come back after a short rest.
Woo!
And you guys
Um,
still keep the temporary hit points. Those don't go away till you sleep.
Even better.
Perfect.
And I think
That will
raging.
top me off. Radiant Soul's
Long
gone.
rest.
I can't get that till a long rest.
Yeah.
So.
You would also have some time to, like, clean yourselves up if you wanted to. Examine the spider silk sacks that you now have. Whatever else you choose to do, but you can take about 30 minutes without worrying too much about your safety. As
Can
long
I
as you're staying
Cover
alert.
this dead body in glitter.
Yes, you can.
All right. Thanks. That's all I wanted to do there.
Um,
Maybe fashion him a crown.
Honora has kind of gathered some of the webbing that was just around, and she wrapped some of it around her hands to kind of like Spider-Man grippy hands in case she needs to like try get a little purchase on a wall or something.
I like it.
That's a great idea.
I was
And
thinking that you were going to
really
like put
smart.
glass on the outside of it.
That's a good backup strategy. Yeah.
glass one side,
Just sticky on the other.
sticky on the other. I will genuinely give you advantage to climbing next time you need to climb
Awesome.
to your sticky webs.
Oh, we've got Glitter Cap as the new.
The glitter
Yeah.
cap.
Yes.
The glitter cap. Perfect. You glitter up the cap. Thoroughly glitter cap it up. And
Oh yeah. That's a good idea. I'd like to also put glitter on my wolf pelt that I'm still wearing.
Yes.
You know, shine him up, make him a crown of web, sparkly web.
And I'm assuming that having climbed on the web, there's just like general glitter.
Yeah, probably.
You're like, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
occupational hazard glitter.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
We're
Right.
probably all covered in glitter and blood right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Great.
it's real gross. Or great, depending on your perspective.
Glitter and blood tour.
We
Yep.
have never been more us than we are right now.
Right now. Yep. I agree
Completely
with
us.
that. Mhm.
Covered in glitter and gore.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to stick those two together. All right. You pick yourselves back up from your short rest. Covered and decorated. The goblins take the pole. The head goblin like gets the head of the ettercap like kind of right in front of him, and then the other two just like
I can't
sling
believe this is
its
happening.
body over the top of them, and they're like,
Great.
as they start slinking down these tunnels. Anara, you I assume sort of head go ahead and stealth. Conveniently, you have advantage because there's goblins with an ettercap on their head, so go ahead and roll again.
There we go. That's better.
And with a 15, you sort of slip into the shadows as they're like
Oh my god, that's so adorable.
and making their way forward. The rest of you, Simon, Tad, Lyra, and Lulu.
I would have made probably like a little litter for Lulu to more drag her behind me. But
Can you like sling her on your back? No, wait, that was.
Do you take a spider like carapace and turn it into a sled and like tie it to yourself, and so you're just
Yep.
sort of dragging Lulu behind you?
yes.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, the wings are gone
With the
because
web,
that only
too.
lasts a minute, unfortunately.
This is beautiful. And you stay a little bit behind them so that they can thoroughly scout out. So it's basically Honora, Puppet, and Goblins, and the rest of the group as you make your way through these caves. Most everything, it's kind of the way it was before. It is clearly these sort of natural rock formations from years, decades, centuries of water dripping through, wearing it away, slowly dissolving it. The just kind of constant drips of water. Always the sort of the sound of rushing. Everything's a little bit damp in here, but it is also very dark. And as you continue forward, Anara, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I would love to. And my eyes are open.
Your eyes are open. This is more of a like how much warning do you get? As you're going, it's a little bit, the cave seems to be widening out. And then eventually you realize you hear a rushing sound. Like it is the sound of a lot of water. And you sort of get there and you don't really realize what it is until you get pretty close to it. But the cave widens and there is in front of you a pretty narrow path, except it is under a waterfall. There is essentially a very large underwater river intersecting with the tunnel and path that you are on. There is a massive drop-off, a small ledge, and a waterfall. And
the waterfall's on top of the path.
Yes. Yeah. It would be very picturesque. Perhaps another great spot for
album cover, photo
for
shoot.
an album cover, for a photo shoot.
But that's
Standing
clearly
under the
our only
waterfall.
path forward. Is there any sign of people or mercenaries or anybody having passed in this direction?
If there were any footprints, they would have definitely been washed away. But you think you can, like as you approach up really close to it, you see like some scattered, like there's a couple of broken arrows, as if like something had washed off someone's things and just sort of been scattered around.
Okay, well, I scoot back and I signal to the goblins to like, you guys can let up for a second. Waterfall.
There's a waterfall?
Yeah, waterfall on the path. It's fine. We just need to be very careful and intent walking, you know, it's not that bad. It's fine. We'll be fine. Just walk dead center on the path. It's going to be great.
Can we just all ride with Lulu on the little back of the spider and just ride out of here? Or do we want to go through the waterfall?
Yeah, can we go down and like just ride the water
Can we
out?
just-
Because the
can we
water's
just-
got to leave the
The
cave.
water's
you
got to
mean-
go somewhere.
Boat? We're gonna
Yeah,
boat out of
like,
here?
just take the back ends of the spiders and just ride out of here. On floaty spider butts.
Well, I guess the water's got to leave the cavern sometime.
Yeah.
How do the goblins feel about this plan?
The goblins, like, as you're like, let's ride this out there, they're like,
You only have one spider butt. Like, what? It barely fits one like it fits one dragonborn.
I can go and get the other ones. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It was like not that far from us. I'll go get them, come back, and we'll ride out of here.
Do you have any idea how deep the waterfall is?
How far down does it go?
you
I'll
look
cast
down.
light on a disco ball.
Oh
Sweet.
yeah, throw a rock down.
Splash.
It's probably 100 to 200 feet.
I'm gonna kind of smack on Lulu. Lulu, can you control water?
Water is nice. I like
Oh
water.
God.
No, not that much water. Fire!
Lulu's
And
out.
then she just casts a fireball. It lands in the water and turns to steam.
So wait, the waterfall is like we're at the top of the waterfall.
The waterfall
You're
is
mid-waterfall.
above us, and there's a path, and it's
Uh-huh.
over the path.
Oh, I
and
see. Okay.
It's
And
like-
it goes.
And if we
I
fall
thought we were
off,
at the bottom. I'm
if
sorry.
we fall off the bridge, then we go 200 feet down.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Right.
The waterfall, and you could. The goblins are like,
I mean, I don't know how long this river is. It might become an underwater cave, tunnel at some point. How long can humans hold their breath?
Not long enough.
Yeah.
No, probably not. All right.
Humans are the
Alright.
worst.
They're really useless. The trick is when you're a goblin, you just hold their heads under the water for a long time. And if they die, they're too weak.
Duly noted.
Good to know. Didn't know that.
It's called leadership.
Let's go very careful down this little bridge.
Do we want someone to go across first and like put a Python in the ground.
Goblin. That goblin can go first.
They did say they were the bravest.
So brave. Oh, I'm so scared. I can't go. I'm a measly human. Please go first and show me that it's okay.
Okay. Roll a persuasion. Whoever is convincing the goblins to cross this path. It's essentially still the rock path, but it's now becomes a sheer cliff on one side, and the water is basically just running over it.
Goblin's like, I saw you tear into that spot. You're not afraid.
You're right. I'm
You're
afraid of
trying to trick me.
You're right. I was.
You though,
You're too smart, though.
you look like
Goblins.
you're terrified.
Or Nora. Nora, how were you convincing the goblin to go?
It's if you go after us, it's gonna be riskier. We're gonna track water everywhere. It's safer for you to go first.
You make a good point. Not that I need it to be safer, but okay.
But that's just smart. I mean, and you're
Yeah.
smart. You are a
Yeah.
smart goblin. I mean,
Yeah.
that strategy you had about humans, smart.
Aww.
And so the boss goblin, he's like, yes, I'm a good goblin. He's gonna try and make it
And
across this
I give him
waterfall.
some spider web. I give him like a little spider web string so it can follow him along, and we've got like a thing.
Okay, so he's holding onto some spiderweb string. Let's see. Oh, he's got a reasonable dex. Just not terrible. That's good for him.
Just
Oh, he like goes part way, and then there's like a surge of water as it pours over the edge and just splashes on top of him. He loses his footing. He's gripping onto this spiderweb. Who else is holding it?
not
I'm
me.
definitely holding it.
And I'll hold on to her.
He succeeds on the strength throw to save it. The two of you can easily pull a goblin up, and he like bumps along the side of the cliff as he comes up, and he's like,
Oh, that was damp. There was water. It was falling.
I am impressed.
Someone else goes
okay.
first now.
Was it weird?
Yeah, okay, fine. So I'm gonna go because that's
he rolled a 5
Okay.
on his acrobatic. Or
Was
his,
it like the water was alive? Like, was that weird, or was it just a normal gush that
that
came
was
through
that
there?
was just a gush from what you
Okay.
can tell. Like he is like goblins are small, so any amount of like rushing water can potentially knock them over.
Right.
Well, Nora will take a deep breath, and she will go for it. Because what else are we going to do?
Should we hold hands?
She got this.
She's
Oh,
got it.
yeah, she got this. I was actually gonna give you advantage on it because you have your little sticky gloves. But Anara goes in, like ties the rope around her waist, and how do you cross? What is?
It's I don't know why, but probably sideways, like crab-like, to minimize the amount of waterfall purchase I have at any one time. So yeah, just sort of scooching along.
You slowly but gracefully scooch along as this water is just like pouring over you. You do back up because there's like this little bit of a lip, and so you find a part where there's not quite as much water coming down, which is much closer to the wall, and you sort of use the handholds as well to gain a pretty solid purchase on it, and you make it to the other side.
What a waste of glitter.
A lot of your
Yeah.
glitter washed off.
Like that makes that Anora's like visibly like she felt like she looked the part of a fabulous warrior. Now she just looks like a drowned rat, I assume,
Little bit.
especially with the smallness. But
She
it's all
sticks the
clear.
landing.
Come, careful that lip.
Do you tie in the rope?
Yeah.
So you hammer in. You notice as you're hammering in one of the pittons, there is clearly a hole where someone else had hammered one in before you.
They've been this way.
You
Perfect.
tie in the rope.
Let's do this thing.
Who's going next?
I'll go.
Should we tie the should we tie the rope around us now, just in case we do lose our footing and grip? That way we're like tied in.
Or like we can do kind of a rope. We'll tie like a smaller rope and then kind of tie a loop.
Yeah, like tie it to all of us, and that
Yeah.
way we're all tied to this rope.
You
Yeah,
could
I
also
think that's
have
a really good
essentially like your safety cord, which is the one that's tied into the wall, and then you can have smaller ones that are connected between you and the rope.
idea. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
How are you
Yeah.
stabilizing the Lulu carapace?
Ooh, so I've got half. Could Tad or Simon
Yeah,
take the
I
other
can do-
half?
Yeah.
Yeah, Simon will happily, like, he can tether himself in. You guys, like, take
How
more
strong are you,
webbing.
Simon?
Huh?
How strong are you, Simon?
Simon's...
On a scale of 1 to 20, where would you rate your strength, Simon?
Simon would rate his strength on a scale of 1 to 20 at about a 16.
Stronger than me.
Way stronger than me.
Oh, sorry, Simon would say 20. He's like, I'm a 22.
So true. I'm 22.
I'm 22.
All right, Simon.
Dream big.
True.
In a strength measuring contest. He will tie in to Lulu. You like take more webbing and strap her in, so there's just this like sort of swinging carapace with also a Lulu in it. She's like, we're going
Oh, God.
swimming, fireball.
Oh my God.
And you
Ooh,
guys,
honey, you're about to get a bath.
I don't want a bath. No.
You look fabulous.
Oh, okay. Tad and Lyra, I will accept. Athletics is probably the main one for this, but if you can give me a reason you'd be using acrobatics, I may
I got
acquiesce.
a +4 instead of a +1.
That how is Lyra moving acrobatically?
So this is going to be more kind of light on her feet, kind of, rather than like hauling. This is more of like stop, kind of test each step first, and then move, and then test each step. And move.
Focusing on being able to balance across.
Balance, yep.
Okay, go ahead and give me an acrobatics. Tad, do you want to do acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics.
Okay.
I shouldn't have had no advantage on that.
No.
Okay.
Lyra, you place your foot on one spot and you're like, nah, that feels good. And it wobbles and the rock slips out from underneath you and you slam down.
Ow.
Thankfully, you are tethered in. Who was tethered in? Was Simon or. I actually have to roll for Simon. Or Tad. Ooh. Tad or Simon, which one of you is tethered to the other half of Lyra? And
I will be.
okay.
I will be. That's fine.
Tad, with your 24 on the other hand compared to the 11, you like hold your ground as you see Lyra slide and land on her butt. The water is rushing down Lyra. You kind of feel yourself sliding a little bit and slipping. The weight of you grab a hold of the rope. The weight of the sort of the carapace is starting to sort of push you guys a little bit. Tad, what do you do?
Can I just grab her arm and like lift her up?
Yeah, give me
Because-
give me an athletics.
Because if Simon is a 20, I'm like 27. Oh my God! Of course.
That one, oh
That
no.
is what you get for
She
bragging.
slips through your fingers, Lyra. You are like slipping off. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna prestidigitation the rope to dry off a bit, so I have a better grip on it and try
Ooh.
to pull myself up.
Yeah. Roll a strength save with advantage.
Oh, thank God, because this is gonna be terrible. 9.
Just enough, I will say, you are not on your feet, but you are like on the rope. You are sitting in this water. There is water everywhere, but you are on the ledge. It is not graceful. Behind you, Ted, you see Simon just like, I got this. I'm super strong. And he's just like clearly holding desperately onto this rope. He did not roll well. He just managed to recover himself, but it does not look good.
So,
Oh, God.
if what does Lenora see? Who's closest to her? Can I help?
Lyra. I would say at this point, if you wanted to rope in and go in a little bit, you would be able to help.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just sit there and laugh at them. So I will scooch back in and try and help.
Do you want to tie onto the support rope as well?
Yeah, fine. I'll avoid showing off in this particular instance,
up to
given
you.
the mortal peril.
Oh, come on. You just begged for a nat 1.
I mean, that's what happened with Phoebe.
Yeah,
So
so
I don't know. I said I'll go
Okay.
and I'll do the thing.
Yeah.
you tie yourself onto this rope. You sort of scooch over slightly. Lyra is like sitting in the water. You are in this moment where you're like, I don't know if I should stand up ever again.
Yeah, I'm kind
Um,
of thrilled because this is like a super adrenaline rush right now.
Honora, how are you gonna help her?
Well, my hands still have the sticky stuff on,
Yeah.
so I would reach out and give her my hand, and I'd keep one hand like on the rope so I can manipulate. And if I need extra, well, I guess that's acrobatic.
I'd say just to help her, you probably don't need to roll anything. If you want to pull her up instead, I would let you roll it. And whoever is rolling will have advantage.
What does she look?
Lyra, what do you look like right now?
A bit drowned. All the glitter's washing off. The makeup's not like smudged.
Honora will try to pull her up.
Okay.
Just like pull the band-aid off. Just if she has to think about it too much, it might go. I will. Yeah.
Okay, give
And
me
besides,
acrobatics.
she's still a little. Well, there you go.
With a 19, Lyra, you feel yourself it's like a dance move. Like it's a supported lift. And you sort of, the first moment you're like getting pulled up, but then you realize you should go with it and you sort of use the momentum to get yourself the rest of the way.
Gain my footing. Start moving across. Bring in Lulu.
You just watch this, Tad. The
Yep.
rest of you make it across. Simon will keep being like, no, I'm fine.
I got this.
He doesn't look fine. He really doesn't. He's rolling terribly. He's like,
Can I grab his hand and help him?
Yes, you can.
Okay. All right.
And now he rolls an 18 and a 19.
And I roll a 20. It's power and
Yeah.
strength.
He's like, no, I'm fine. You just grab him.
We're better when we're together.
Yep. Oh,
The soaked numbers of you. Oh, the goblins have to make it across.
oh shit.
Oh shoot.
One of them, two of them, they make it. And wow, they all make it.
Whoa,
They're like,
That's
"Yay."
awesome.
We see how you guys did
Pay
this.
3 goblins.
Yeah, but we started with 7.
And that's how you keep your
True.
goblins. And they
That's
all
a
just
good
sort of like they're
It's a dance
using
party.
they're using the Eder cap to like shield them from the water.
Nice.
As they're like holding it and like climbing along the rope. You realize after they all get there, none of them tied themselves in. Because they're not smart enough to realize they should do that.
Oh yeah, goodness gracious. It's a good thing they made it though.
Yep.
Yes.
It all worked out in the end.
And with that, all of you have made it to the other side of this waterfall cliff. The path continues ahead of you. It begins to narrow again as you can continue down that direction. Following now, what you see again are some pretty distinct footprints in the sort of mud-like dirt that's on the ground of this tunnel that Simon will confirm looks very much like a group of now 4 people.
I turn to the
You are
goblins and
following.
like, take 2 on the glitter cap.
Okay, we got this.
Lyra, you should throw your voice. Do the Eder Cap voice again.
Okay.
Throw it.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know, anything that you want. Make something up. It's a performance, a live performance. You got it.
So in the Ettercat voice saying,
I smell them coming this way. Dinner is served.
Yes!
You have advantage on your stealth check. Honora
Okay.
and Lyra, go ahead and give me a performance.
oh, only 11.
It's not as convincing as the last time, but there something travels down the tunnel and echoes, and it sort of eventually just pitches itself into a very like sort of noise.
And I would be drawing everybody off too with prestidigitation, so.
You all feel yourself get dry and much less
Yay.
slippery and wet as Lyra is prestidigitating everybody. And with that, we shall take a quick break. and be back for the concluding half of Right Clique as they make their way through these tunnels. All right, let me read some donations that came through, and we'll take a quick break, and then we will be back shortly. Loading up the page. Okay. What is today's date? We're the Mythalion. Thank you. All right, the first one from Mythalion with $10. Here's hoping there's a Samwise and or Shelob joke from this cliffhanger fight. No one made it. No one did that. I'm disappointed. Willen _TW with $25. Blood and glitter and panties. It's been a wild and funny ride. Thanks. Thank you, William. Arden SC or Artie Snack with $10. Thank you, Lauren, Cheryl, Pumpkinberry, and Megan for a wonderful job you've done with the show this season. It has been a ton of fun watching. Also, yay for more Canadians.
Yay, thank you.
Nah, it's fine. I guess you're all right. Demolition One with $5. Watched the entire show in 2 days and loved every second of it. Oh, thank you.
Yay!
This show shines with the light-hearted glitter of fun adventure. Smiley face, good luck with the final Blood and Glitter tour tonight. Right click. That's true. They do have a performance to get to.
Yeah, we do. We're on a time.
They are
Pumpkin
not
One
prepared for us.
with $28.57. Glitter everywhere, always and forever. They're going to actually influence the size of the elemental plane of glitter. There's an elemental plane of glitter?
That needs to be a thing now.
That is where your bag of holding goes to.
Yes.
It actually
Elemental
just
plane of
goes,
glitter?
and it's just a portal to the elemental plane of glitter.
I love it.
Nice.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Thank you, Pumpkin, for helping us contribute to the canon here. Dune and Newt with $5. The name is Dune and Newt. Thank you. I figured it out this time. I got it. Merchant of the fruit known as fig, which is spelled backwards, is GIF. Or do you mean GIF?
Thank you. Could you just say that again? The
Uh,
last part. You know,
GIF?
the peanut butter part.
Jif? Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
Jif.
Thank you.
Or
Thank
in Europe, for a long time, it was a cleaning product, which they had to rename because, like, not a lot of Romance languages have the j sound, and so people were pronouncing it like yif and gif. So they changed it to sif. Anyway, M Crone with $25. Buy Lyra more glittered panties. Thank you for that direction. Thank you so much, everybody, for all of the tips and the donations, I should say, and support for being here. We are going to take a quick break to get some water and go to the bathroom and do all those fun things. You should do the same thing. Take care of your physical bodies, because that's important.
And have a cat.
And go steal a cat, whether you have one or not. So this is your mission now, should you choose to accept it. And we will be back very soon. We'll see you in a few minutes. Bye-bye.
Bye.